Welcome. My name is William, and I think it might be necessary to give some context to the stories from the K6BD Demons universe. And this is as much of an origin as is given within the comic itself. But I'd like to just get into it because I think it helps better rationalize how to interpret everything else. But anyway, this is not a story I wrote. This is written by screenname Abbadon, who wrote the K6BD Demons universe, which I love. And this is the story of the origins of it all. Let there be no Genesis, was the first command of God, called Isun. For indeed there was none. God has always existed, and has never existed. At the instant of Isun's creation and death, Isun was the undisputed master of the entire omniverse. They had, and will have, no equal. Isun knew all multidimensional songs, knew all the syllables of royalty, and wielded the infinite powers of reality, and burned with infinite fractal fire. Isun's glory was great. Existing in an infinite state, Isun had no equal. Being was only circular. It was a wretched life, without meaning or perception. Imagine infinite stories to tell, and no one to tell them to. So God rejected singularity and circularity, and made the first and greatest division of self. From division was birthed duality. White Un, lord of empty and still places, master of all that is not. Black Is, infinite, mother of the rampant flame, master of all that is. They were shocked by each other, for although they each wielded infinite art, they were separate. In fact, they were so horrified by each other's abject hideousness that they warred for 7 years, and after made love for 7 hours, and thus Isun made blissful division. From Is and Un were birthed the multiplicity, 777,777 gods in all, black and white. They raised a city of iron and red stone, and ruled and warred there for aeons. Throne. And when they tired of infinity, they forged the 4 orders of inheritors, so as to sustain and perceive their mightiest works. Finally, each spoke a different direction and told a story. Each story burned a beautiful line, and each line a spoke, and all spokes formed a wheel. 777,777 gods, 777,777 universes, and at the center, throne, the ultimate mausoleum, holding the corpses of the gods that defined reality. And what happens to a man's house when he dies? The cats, rats, and cockroaches take over. And that is as much of an origin as is given for this universe. Sort of that all things exist within the story spoken by specific gods of specific universes, which I find to be good. But there are visuals added to this as well for the comic, which I might recommend. But anyway, have a wonderful day, and catch you around.